If you are looking for the best portable SSDs of 2024, well, you're in the right place. We've dug deep and conducted extensive research, and now we're breaking down the absolute best portable SSDs of 2024. We're talking about the perfect balance between price and performance, tailored for different scenarios. If you're eager to find out which suits you best, don't go anywhere. Stick around till the end, because we've got all the links for the best prices in the description below. No specific order, just the top contenders in the game. Ready to dive into the world of best portable SSDs of 2024? Let's get started. Number 5. Kingston XS2000 External SSD. An undoubtedly fast external SSD, small, light, solidly built. The Kingston XS2000 USB 3.2 Gen 2 X2 external SSD is an impressive portable SSD. And we mean portable. This one's a pocket-sized drive that can be carried anywhere. Measuring 13 x 31 x 60 cm without the sleeve, weighing just 29 g. Popping the sleeve on might add a little extra, but it adds protection against shocks, water, and dust. Testing the drive, we found speeds were good. Our benchmarking with Crystal Disk Mark showed read speeds of 1062 mAh and write speeds of 999 mAh. In fact, the drive is touted as the world's fastest native USB SSD. The keyword here is native, since it uses the USB 3.2 Gen 2 X2 interface. Performance, then, is hamstrung in part by Kingston's baffling decision to release it right before the launch of the speedier USB 4.0. During our review, we noted it really needs a compatible system to hit its headline speed of 2 Gbps, allowing it to rival Thunderbolt 3. A misstep for an otherwise excellent portable SSD with 500 GB, 1 TB, 2 TB, and 4 TB models available. The XS2000 has been billed by some as the world's fastest native USB SSD. The keyword here is native, as it is a USB 3.2 Gen 2 X2. As confusing as it sounds, it is a 20 Gbps class external portable SSD that requires a compatible port to get the most out of it. It will be most likely backward compatible with the next big update to the venerable data technology, USB 4.0, so some might question the wisdom of launching something that comes with strings attached. An industry insider candidly told us that he thinks it's a rather niche market that's better suited for players who are already heavily invested in storage or flash technologies. Number 4. Adata SE770G External SSD. Striking appearance and excellent value. A striking RGB design and remarkable performance marks the Adata SE770G out as one of the best portable SSDs with a little something extra. You may not have heard of them over the likes of Western Digital and Seagate, but the company has a long and excellent record in solid-state storage, including the SD700 and the compact SE730H. Adata is always coy about its hardware because it can change during a production run. But our assumption is the SE770G uses an SMI controller like an SM2262G. Depending on the price point, expect a Samsung, Intel, or SK Hynix NAND. Whatever's in there, performance is perfectly in line with most USB Gen 2 drives on the market. In our benchmarking, Crystal Disk Mark 7.0 recorded 954 Mbps reads and 898 Mbps writes. And anyway, it's the outside that really catches the eye. A mesmerizing light show indicating the drive is powered. It risks coming off as gimmicky, but it's just subtle, even elegant, enough to work even if it isn't usually your preference. Our only real gripe is, we wished we had more control over the effects. Overall, a great performer. As you'd expect from the RGB design, this is also a portable SSD for gaming, hooking up to consoles like the Xbox Series XS and PlayStation 5 for storing our ever-growing backlogs. Adata doesn't invest heavily in packaging, and the SE77G comes pressed into a vacuum-formed plastic tray inside a thin card box. Inside the box is the drive, 2 USB cables, and a quick start guide in 14 of the most spoken languages. The drive contains no files, but the guide directs you to a web location where Adata can supply you with extra documentation, support, and software. And it needs to be said, before you plug it into a computer, this drive looks decidedly mundane. Number 3. WD My Passport 2020 edition. The refresh to WD's mainstream external SSD is here. A refresh to Western Digital's much-loved mainstream external SSD. The WD My Passport is one of the best portable SSDs for thin and lightweight design. It was one of the first things we noticed about the drive. At 46G, measuring 10 x 5.5 x 0.9 cm, this is an impressively slimline footprint. We were just as impressed with its sleek, ridged metal design, which improves grip while reducing the chance of causing damage to anything else thanks to its curvy shape. Model variants are broad. You can pick up 3 different capacities, 500 GB, 1 TB, 2 TB, 4 TB, in 4 different colors: blue, red, champagne gold, and gray silver. Inside, you'll find a SN550E, a PCIe Gen 3 X4 NVMe drive that pairs an AS Media ASM2362 bridge with a SanDisk 2082-102.3 controller and SanDisk by CS4 96L 3D TLC flash memory. During our benchmarking with Crystal Diskmark, the drive reached 1046 BPs, read, and 10113 MBPs, write. Other benchmarks delivered the same range of results, but transferring a single 10GB file proved to be slower than expected. Overall, expect a fast, compact portable SSD with an excellent 5-year warranty. Expect to pay for it for the higher capacity 4TB model. It's the drive's biggest black mark, especially as smaller, nimble rivals are taking the lead when it comes to value for money. Otherwise, there's something for everyone here. The 2020 QV of the WD My Passport external SSD is a decent one with some salient features like the long warranty and great performance. However, it stumbles where it perhaps matters the most: pricing, especially as smaller, more nimble competitors are taking the lead when it comes to value for money. Number 2. Seagate Fast SSD. The world's largest hard disk drive maker wants a bigger slice of the SSD pie. There's no prizes for guessing the focus of the Seagate Fast SSD. Yes, that's its name. And yes, it lives up to it. In our review, we reckoned, when it came to performance, this drive ranked amongst the fastest, without resorting to any sort of magic tricks. RAID 0, for example. Seagate's newest storage product delivered some impressive numbers, almost tying with the G-Drive Slim SSD on Crystal Diskmark and Adata. HDTune Pro and AS SSD numbers were also amongst the best we've seen. For a slim, lightweight drive, it's one of the best portable SSDs, although not as compact as the WD My Passport SSD. Weighing in at 82G, just 9mm thick with a footprint of 94 x 79mm, it will easily slip into your pocket for a comfortable carry. Best of all, you can usually get it at a good price. You can certainly pay a lot more, or a lot less, for one that doesn't match the high performance in such a svelte design. The latter has gained the upper hand thanks to its acquisition of SanDisk Corporation a few years ago. Western Digital has subsequently released a number of SSD products. The G Technology G-Drive Slim SSD 500GB and the WD My Passport SSD come to mind. However, Seagate is playing catching up with the acquisition as part of a wider consortium of Toshiba Memory Corporation. The Seagate Fast SSD is one of the best external solid-state drives out there. This device is affordable, with prices likely to drop, and it's an excellent performer, relatively small, plus it has a nice design and a 3-year warranty. On the other hand, it is not waterproof or splash-proof. Seagate might aim to produce an even smaller model and add a beefier software suite with encryption, backup, and maintenance features. The company could also pick up a few tips from its very own high-end brand, Lacey, to offer an even more hardened external SSD. Number 1. Samsung T7 SSD, a welcome update to a much-loved external storage device. The Samsung T7 is ideal if you're looking for the best portable SSD with lots of features. This external storage is not only fast, with sequential read and write speeds of up to 1050 and 1000 MB respectively, but it also boasts quite a few great features in the palm-sized package. The most important of those features is its built-in security options. This uses AES 256-bit encryption and gives you the option to use fingerprint sign-in, which you can set up through the device's own management software. On testing the kit, we found this drive offers the perfect balance between security, speed, portability, and pricing. While it lacks IP68 and the security certifications of more expensive rivals, the price point makes it an attractive choice. The Samsung T7 SSD could do with a rugged case, but it remains our pick for best portable SSD on the market, and well worth your consideration. The Samsung T7 Touch is an exquisite piece of technology. No, it won't prevent hacker groups backed by nation-states from hacking your storage device, but it will allow you to make it safer while significantly accelerating data transfer, all for a price tag that's very palatable for a top-shelf product. The T7 Touch can't be touched, pun intended, when it comes to procuring the right balance between security, speed, portability, and pricing. Yes, it doesn't do IP68 and doesn't have any of the security certifications most of its more expensive rivals have, but at this price point, nobody really cares. Indeed, what Samsung has done with the T7 Touch is raising the baseline for securing your data on the move by adding biometrics to password protection. Expect others to follow suit swiftly, both on external SSD and flash drives as well, where the latter will struggle to beat the T7 Touches on performance and on price.